Hey guys, welcome back. Today's episode, I'm going to be talking about what is a promissory note in real estate. All right, so first I'm going to talk about why you need a promissory note. Then I'm going to show you an actual promissory note that I got from my real estate attorney in Colorado. And by the end of this, you're going to know exactly why you need one, how to fill one out, and what they look like. All right, so first reason why you would need a promissory note is a lot of times in real estate, really you're in the money business and you're going to be borrowing money from other people. Like you can borrow money from your neighbor. You can borrow money from your pastor at your church. You can borrow money from anybody looking for a safe real estate investment to basically loan their funds that's guaranteed and secured by real estate. But I recommend never borrow from any person or any friend or any family member unless that parcel of land or that house or that property is less than 65 cents on the dollar, because you never want to put your lender in a bad position. You also want to make sure that they get a promissory note and a deed of trust that is securing that property, their lien on that property. So in case you don't pay them for that property, for some unknown reason happens, they're able to go and take that property and be able to sell it and recoup the funds that they loaned to you. All right, so this is an example of a promissory note. Again, you can call a local real estate friendly attorney, real estate attorney. You can Google this and actually find a state approved promissory note. This one is actually for Colorado, or I got it from my Colorado real estate attorney. So you definitely want to just make sure to consult with the attorney. Another cool thing is your title insurance company will usually do this for you. When I borrow money from a private lender, I generally like to have the title company fill this out because they use their attorney. That way it's protecting my lender, and they also record it for me, record the deed of trust and the promissory note. The promissory note is just another form of just promising them that you will make the payments, when you'll make the payments, how much interest you'll pay, when you'll pay off the loan. So I'm going to break it down for you. So first, the US dollar, for example, let's just say that we're going to borrow $100,000 from our lender. We're in Colorado, just put El Paso County, Colorado, and then the actual date that this promissory note takes effect. For value received, the undersigned borrower, that would be me in this situation, promises to pay John Smith, lender or the note holder, or order the principal sum of, this is where you would spell out $100,000 with interest on the unpaid principal balance from the date that you put as today. Let's just say the date is August 17, 2022. So I like to use the same exact date down here until paid at the rate of, let's just say 10% for easy numbers. 10% is really easy to figure out what you actually owe your lender if you're doing 10% interest only payments. This is just for this example. Your lender might want principal and interest. Principal and interest will be payable at, whatever, 123 Main Street is the address of the lender, or such other place as note holder may designate in. This is how many payments they're going to make. Let's just say 240 payments of however many dollars. So for easy numbers, we're just going to do a 1-year loan. So let's just do 12 payments of $100,000. So that's going to be a huge payment, but I'll just break it down on a calculator. So 100,000 divided by 12, your payment's going to be $8,333.33 a month. Well, 100,000, that's not how it works. It actually isn't going to pay off principal payments because you have 10% interest on this loan. So how to figure that out is 100,000 times 10% interest. That's $10,000 in interest per year. So 100,000, 10% interest of that is $10,000. So you're going to take $10,000 divided by 12, and your payment is $833 a month. That's interest only payments. $833. You are not moving the needle on this loan. You're not paying back the principal to your lender. They're going to get all the principal at the 12-month payoff of this loan because they're lending it to you for only 12 months. This is just an example, by the way. I'm just using this as an example. So you actually would spell that out. 800, what did I say that was? 833 cents. And then you would put it here as well. 833.33. Due on the first day of the month, beginning on, so if you borrowed it on 8/17, easy way to do it is 30 days later or 1 month later, 9/17/2022. Sometimes a lender will prorate the first payment. That way they can get the payments on the first. It's really up to you and your lender. Some lenders don't even want a single payment until you pay off the principal amount. So $833 would accumulate every single month. So you would actually pay them back $110,000 all at one time. That way they are not spending that $833 a month when it comes in every single month. They're putting it right back into their Roth IRA. They're putting it right back into that account so they can now lend $110,000 the next time and collect 10% on that, because each year it earns $10,000. So after a few years of compounding, after almost like 8 years of compounding, you're gonna have $200,000 because compounding interest works that way. Hey guys, hopefully you're getting tons of value out of this promissory note. Smash that subscribe button and let's keep rolling. All right, next note is fully paid off, provided, however, if not sooner, paid, the entire principal amount outstanding and accrued interest thereon shall be due and payable on, if you have a 1-year balloon, it would be due and payable exactly 1 year from August 17, 2022. So we're going to do August 17, 2023. So 1 year from now, borrower shall pay note holder a late charge of, I don't know, let's just say 10% on any payment not received to the note holder. Now, if you're not making monthly payments, there's really no late payment, but there could be a late payment on that 12-month balloon. Some lenders will do an extension fee of 1%. All right, scroll down some more. The indebtedness evidenced by this note is secured by a deed of trust dated. I like to date this the same day as the promissory note. That way everything is lining up. There's no confusion. And until release, said deed of trust contains additional rights to the note holder. Such rights may cause acceleration. Indebtedness and evidence by this note, reference made to said deed of trust for such additional terms. Said deed of trust grants rights to the following legally described property located in El Paso County of Colorado, state of Colorado. This is where you put the legal description, and then this is where you put the address, 123 Main Street, and this is where you sign as the borrower, and then your borrower's address. And then this document does not have to be notarized or signed in front of a notary, because the actual deed of trust is signed in front of the notary. And this is how your lender is protected. And this is how we do our loans on our private deals. So if we're buying a house worth $100,000, we won't borrow more than $65,000, and that includes the renovation and repairs too. So if we've got $15,000 in renovations and repairs, and we can buy the house for $50,000, that puts us right at the $65,000 mark, and you never want to go above that to protect your private lender. If you're looking for places to put money that it's going to be secured by real estate, you don't want to put it in the stock market, we're always working with new private lenders. Definitely give us a call. We'll show you some of our projects. We'll get to know each other, see what your investing goals are, what your lending goals are. And I'd love to see you start making a return on your investment, return on your hard-earned savings that you've accumulated for retirement or whatever it might be. That way you're not touching your principal. Your money is secured by real estate. If you're interested in becoming our next lending partner and you want to work with us, head on over to ZechBuysHouses.com. That's ZECH BuysHouses.com. Give us a call. We'll meet with you. We'll show you some of our projects, and we'd love to be working with you in the future.